this is Clint. How does it feel as you look forward towards these next 4 or 5 months with the opportunity to win the league, to Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and then you got the World Cup in the summer, chance to bring it home. How do you manage all that and continue to stay focused and perform at such a high level?
Yeah, I think it's so hard to look to the future. You have the belief, and also, you know, we have the momentum as well. And the lads, when you go in every day, you know, you can just sense it. There's a confidence, there's a vibe, and yeah, this season's been amazing so far. So need to win.
Declan, listen, it's looking like it's going to be a special season, as Thierry just mentioned there, talking about, you know, not getting too ahead of yourself. But, of course, the first chance of silverware is at the Week Cup final, but this could be the start of something really special.
Yeah, definitely. It could be the start of something. You know, it's the first trophy that's up for grabs. You know, if you win last time, maybe the Carabao Cup final in 2019, I think, or 2018. So yeah, how much do you want it on Sunday? How much do you want to win a trophy with this team and for these fans? And yeah, look, the lads are already talking about it now. We're excited, we're ready. And
I wanted you to explain to people how hard it is mentally to go and play in every single competition and editions. Obviously, your squad is also way bigger. I have to put that in there. Just saying. But it was tough mentally. I was drained.
But before you go, our friend Mikel isn't in the studio today, as you can see. He's over at the Etihad, where Manchester City were playing Real Madrid, and he has a kind message, I'm sure, he would like to send to you before the weekend. Mikel, go ahead.
I thought he was an Arsenal fan, Michael.
Perfect. Declan, we're big fans. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So good.
You've killed him.
Because that's football, isn't it, at the end of the day? Should they have been more clinical, Martin?
They knew what they were about. I just think he's, you know, listening to him as a manager now in terms of how he is. He's very demanding, but he's got this super balance of belief and respect for his players, you know, and it kind of sorts itself out, and that respect is retained. But there will be 1 or 2 at the weekend, but also they've been mature about sitting on the bench. You know, sometimes people have been sat there, Martinelli sitting on the bench, he's come off and scored some remarkable goals. And then you might say that at the start of the season, yeah, I can buy into this. And it's very difficult for him now to pick this 11 at the week.
Do you really? Because the challenge, they only get harder. The later you go into these competitions, there will be bigger...
that have played in the competition already tonight, clinical, they're ruthless. When they get into that final third, bang, it's that instinct, cutthroat. And I think Arsenal have done a great job. I said to you, I was confident, I knew they would get through. Take them, Arsenal, and that's my only criticism. They're finding a way, they're in a great position on 4 competitions, but that last little bit in the finals, it's going to be those moments.
They will come up against some big European teams. Madrid, they lost 2-1 at the Etihad. We'll speak to you more about that a little bit later on. Obviously, Chelsea were well beaten by PSG across those 2 legs. And then Liverpool playing tomorrow, we'll take you across that one too. But Arsenal's side of the draw, Martin.
Sorry, the draw. There's 30-odd winners of the Champions League. There's only Barcelona, really, who've won that. They'll be feeling that they're the strong team to get through. But I think Newcastle...
Hello! We got told to give you guys a nice big welcome, and Jamie went so literal with it. Hello! Yes. Hi, everyone. Good to have you with us. Let's start by talking about Arsenal against...
Very Arsenal-like the way the game went. We're waiting for the highlights, obviously, before I talk, but clear at times. But what was clean and clear was the strike of AZ. Wow. Ooh. Look at that, the way it swivels, bang.
Arsenal's resurgence on the European stage has reached a defining moment, and the echoes of approval are coming from the very figures who helped shape the club's identity. Following a commanding performance that secured their place in the UEFA Champions League quarter-finals, Arsenal legends Thierry Henry and Arsène Wenger have publicly praised current manager Mikel Arteta for orchestrating what many are calling a renaissance at the club. For years, Arsenal fans have longed for nights like this, nights where the team not only competes but dominates on Europe's biggest stage. That hunger, that identity, seemed lost in the post-Wenger era. But now, under Arteta's leadership, the Gunners are not just back, they look like genuine contenders. The journey to the quarter-finals was not merely about results. It was about authority, cohesion, and belief. Thierry Henry, a symbol of Arsenal's golden era, did not hide his excitement. Speaking after the match, he highlighted the team's maturity and tactical discipline, emphasizing how far the squad has come in a relatively short time. For Henry, what stands out is not just the talent on display but the mentality. Arsenal are no longer fragile in big moments. They are composed, calculated, and ruthless when it matters most. Arsène Wenger, the man who laid the foundation for modern Arsenal, echoed similar sentiments. Known for his measured and analytical perspective, Wenger pointed to Arteta's evolution as a coach. He noted how Arteta has successfully blended youth with experience, creating a side that reflects both the club's traditions and the demands of modern football. Wenger also praised the clarity of Arsenal's playing style, quick transitions, intelligent pressing, and positional discipline, all hallmarks of a well-drilled team. Much of the credit, inevitably, goes to Mikel Arteta. When he first took charge, there were doubts. His inexperience, coupled with inconsistent performances, led many to question whether he was the right man for such a massive job. But Arteta remained steadfast. He endured criticism, rebuilt the squad, and instilled a culture of accountability and ambition. This quarter-final qualification is the clearest evidence yet that his project is bearing fruit. Arsenal now play with a sense of identity that had been missing for years. Every player understands their role, every movement feels intentional, and every victory seems earned rather than stumbled upon. The squad itself deserves immense praise. From the defensive solidity at the back to the creativity in midfield and the clinical edge in attack, this is a team functioning as a unit. Young stars have stepped up with confidence, while experienced players have provided leadership in crucial moments. It's a balance that many teams strive for but few achieve. What makes this achievement even more significant is the context. The Champions League is unforgiving. It exposes weaknesses and punishes complacency. For Arsenal to navigate their way into the quarterfinals with such authority speaks volumes about their growth. This is no longer a team learning the ropes, they are here to compete. For the fans, this moment is deeply emotional. Years of frustration, near misses, and rebuilding have led to this resurgence. The Emirates is alive again with belief, and away from home, Arsenal carry themselves with the confidence of a side that knows its worth. Yet, both Henry and Wenger were quick to caution against complacency. The quarterfinals are not the destination, they are a stepping stone. The real test lies ahead, where margins are thinner and the stakes even higher. But if this Arsenal side has proven anything, it is that they are ready for the challenge. Arteta, for his part, remains focused. In his post-match comments, he emphasized humility and hard work, insisting that the team must continue to improve. It's this mindset that has endeared him to fans and legends alike, a relentless pursuit of excellence without losing sight of the bigger picture. As Arsenal prepare for the next phase of their European journey, one thing is clear, they have reignited something special. The approval of legends like Henry and Wenger is not given lightly. It is earned through performances, through consistency, and through a commitment to the values that define Arsenal Football Club. And now, with the quarterfinals in sight, the dream feels alive again.